You can't avoid it. There must be balance. When you give, you take. When you take, you have to give. We have, you can see, life and death, breathing in and breathing out. It's just the way it has been designed. You can't go against it. You can never ask for respect when you don't give it. It's not going to work. Mothers, hug your sons more. Tell them you love them. In computer science, there's what we call GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. That means what you put in is what is also given out. So when you see marriages whereby there is lack of love from one partner or the other, is how they grew up. Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Rose. How you doing? New subscribers, visitors, welcome. Returning subscribers, e-kisses to you guys. You guys rock and you're amazing. Today is going to be very interesting, so you want to make sure you stick to the end of this video so that you will get the full gist of what I'm doing and see the end result of what I'm about to do. So today is going to be discussion while doing my makeup. I have a function, so while I'm doing my makeup, I'm just going to be giving you guys some chit chats or talking about some tidbits. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't be shy. Kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You will not regret it. Don't forget to like this video and share too. Thank you. Let's talk about some things in the society. What do you guys think about human beings and entitlements? You know what I mean, right? Like, people have some expectations from, they have expectations. Normally, those are things that they themselves would like not even do, but they have those expectations. Like, what's with that? You read the news, even in your personal daily experiences. I guess you guys would have seen, that in play. So I want to share a personal experience. So I lost someone in my family last year. Someone very special. My mom, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And it was the hardest time ever. When you experience a lot, I think it changes you, it really changes you. See the world differently, and all that. If I'm even being sincere, it was one of the reasons why I decided to start YouTube. I want to leave memories. I want to leave memories behind, for my kids. Because this life, no one knows tomorrow. That was a very trying time. You had people rallying around, and people that I expected, would actually be there for me in that period were not. Not even a phone call. Not even a phone call after the funeral. Nothing like, how are you doing? Nothing. That's till date. Till today that I'm talking to you. That was last year. And then along the line, a loss was experienced in their own family. Fast forward to the time for the funeral, and naturally, I'm a human being. I was hurt. I said I wouldn't go, but after a while, I decided and went. But my dear brothers and sisters, guess what happened? I went with my kids. So I guess going was not enough. I was accused of not coming to help to cook. Yeah, I said so. This is after financial support from both myself and my family. I still traveled a very long hour to attend the funeral, but was still accused of not helping to cook. So that's a classic example of spirit of entitlement mentality. And if you're hearing my voice today, I want to admonish you. Nobody owes you anything. Like I always say, if someone is willing to give you anything, it's actually a huge sacrifice. So please get rid of the spirit of entitlement, entitlement mentality spirit, because nobody owes you nada. Period. Also, let's talk about relationships where maybe consciously or subconsciously a spouse is envious of the other. That's it. Now, for the life of me, I will never understand why spouses envy themselves, because if people understand that your wife or your husband is your partner, like you're doing life together, do you understand? So the growth of one is actually the growth of the other. The success of one, is the success of the other. So I don't really get why you should be like, envious or upset or secretly jealous when your significant other is doing well. I will never get it. Like, personally, I think it's a terrible trait. It's a no-no. Let me tell you some of the characteristics you will use in knowing that, someone is envious, in quotes, or, has something against you. Number one, the person always has to counter everything you say, even when there's undeniable proof that what you're saying is nothing but the absolute truth. I'm sorry, it's so funny. So, if you come out and you say the sky is blue, the person has to say, no, the sky is not blue, the sky is crimson. Sorry. And then, everything you say, there's always an opposition. Even when you prove beyond the reasonable doubt that what are you saying? Like, look at this thing is, you can't deny it, but you still find out that it's like a constant, back and forth. It's like you're in constant competition. I think that is the best way to put it. They compete, but person they follow you compete. You understand what I mean? Yes. It is one of the most stressful and draining situations you can be in. So, my advice in such situation, don't engage. Do you understand? Let a fool keep being a fool. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Don't engage. Like, if you're trying to let somebody know that, or you're trying to do somebody a favor by, anybody who corrects you in the house, or anybody who tells you to your face that, oh boy, your mouth, get a CPU, maybe your mouth is smelling or something, that person likes you. It's only somebody that likes you that would, correct you so that you don't get laughed at in public. But my advice is, if you have someone who is, does not take correction and is always opposing anything you say, my dear, just leave the person. First of all, the person is showing their own sign of, ignorance. They will definitely carry it outside. They can get laughed at, which is okay. You understand? And that's fine. Then I've heard stories of spouses or husbands who, yes, they provide for the house, but that's all. Nothing else. And when the woman dares to ask for, they tell her that as long as she has food in the house, what else does she need upkeep for? So, my beautiful ladies out there, it is 150% necessary for you to have something that you do for yourself. okay? So that nobody would undermine you, speak down on you, or talk to you in a derogatory manner, okay? It's very important. Have something that you do, no matter how little it is. It helps. It helps stop see finish. Okay? Dear men, respect is something that is earned. Do you understand? You don't have to go around announcing that you are a man. Okay? Do what you have to do as a man. Everybody is called to do one thing or the other. A woman gives birth, carries a pregnancy and does it beautifully well. I don't see any men or helping to get pregnant and carry children and deal with all the aftermaths that come with, getting pregnant and giving birth. So the job of a man is to provide for the family. Yes, you are doubly blessed if you have a woman who earns and contributes to the finances of the home. And in this situation, most people get, carried away. It's just assistance. Do you understand? Everybody should not forget primarily what their role is. So, if a woman brings in money to support, then that is fine. But the primary responsibility is that of the man. And also, the fact that a woman works and brings in money. I once listened to a video of Pastor Kingsley, and he was saying the wife is a big woman, like she earns in millions, but once in a while he just sends her money to get herself something nice. It gives that, it makes the person feel special, like I'm seen, I'm special and all that. So I encourage you men out there, make your woman feel loved, okay? Make your woman feel heard, make your woman feel seen. The pride of a man is his wife, is his family. So if your wife is happy, trust me, you're going to have a beautiful home. But when your home is in shambles, even your life, is a way to make sure that you live a long life is by keeping a happy wife and a happy life. It is not okay in any way, form, or manner to, you know, speak down on your significant other because you are the man. What I feel is, yes, there will definitely be conflicts and all, but if everybody is doing what they're supposed to do in a relationship, there will be no need for, harsh words and conflicts and all that. And most importantly, there should always be room, to discuss. I went through a video on Instagram, and this guy was like saying some, really nice words. He said when you have a spouse who is emotionally unavailable, it's such a big problem that over time, if it is impossible to sit and talk about, issues that you people have, that repressed energy, which if you've ever, let me speak for myself, if I have an issue with somebody and I actually sit with that person and let the person know that this is what you did, this is how you hurt me, and this is what I think we can do to change things going forward. The moment I do that, like, and the person actually acknowledges my hurt and genuinely apologizes, and you can see that person making moves not to do it again. Not that the person says it and then tomorrow the person repeats it, and no, that's not someone that takes your feelings into consideration. I'm talking of somebody who genuinely say, I hear what you are saying. We're not perfect, but I would definitely take steps, towards making sure that I do better. Once that happens, I don't even remember. That is, for me, that is like release of negative energy. I don't even remember what the issue was. It will never come up in any conversation. But when you see that something happens, it never get talked about, somehow swept under the rug, and I discovered that it's something that keeps popping its head later. In a conversation, it will come out. In another conversation, because it's repressed, it was never let go of because it was never discussed, or I was never given the chance to express myself. So please, it's very important to discuss issues, discuss it, talk to yourselves, and be willing to listen. Very important. Very important. Nobody knows it all. Nobody. And if you're in touch with your feelings, you will know why it is important for another person's feelings to be taken into consideration. Okay? So I think it's very important for, spouses to learn to listen to each other. Okay? Hear your partner when your partner complains of something you're doing that does not sit right with them, and also listen to take your partner's feeling into consideration. And then guys, learn to be in touch with your feelings. The best relationship you will have in this life, you have to be in touch with your feelings. You have to be able to acknowledge another person's feelings. And I think this, speaking to mothers of this generation of children, because our parents in the past made some mistakes, which you see a home, the girl is always corrected like 24/7. The correction is on the girl, teaching the girl how to cook, teaching her how to do one thing or the other, and then the guys are just left to like rot away. So you have situations whereby those guys grow up, go into society, they are clueless, they are useless to themselves, they are useless to people that are around, them. That's not cool. I feel whatever training is being given to the girl child or the female child should be given to the male child as well. There's nothing like gender-based rules or whatever here. It's just about making the person, ready to face the future. Okay? Like cooking skill is very important. Both the male and female should learn how to cook. Cleaning is the same thing. Learning to lend a hand when help is needed and not being prompted or told. Then also learning to be in touch with your feelings. Mothers, hug your sons more. Tell them you love them. In computer science, there's what we call GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. That means what you put in is what is also given out. So when you see marriages whereby there is lack of love from one partner or the other, is how they grew up. Okay, they lacked love like completely. That becomes a problem in the marriage. They don't know how to express their feelings. They don't know how to take when someone else's feelings is expressed, and then you hear things like, oh, you're trying to control the relationship, you're trying to be the man in the relationship. No, when you create a beautiful space for your spouse, you don't need to force anything. Of course, those who are in very loving relationships can attest to this. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to remind the person, I'm your husband, I'm the man, or whatever. Do you understand? Everything just flows naturally. Give the person the space to be themselves. You allow the person, to blossom in who they are truly. You don't have to, beg to be regarded as the man. It just flows naturally. Okay, so learn to treat your significant others with respect And it is only in giving that you can receive, irrespective of your gender. So life has been designed in such a way that it is give and take. There must be balance. There's no two ways. Like, you can't avoid it. There must be balance. When you give, you take. When you take, you have to give, We have, you can see, life and death, breathing in and breathing out. It's just the way it has been designed. You can't go against it. So you can never ask for respect when you don't give it. It's not going to work. Okay? You must model by example. And when it's being shown to you, let's assume you are clueless, because we have some people that are clueless on, emotions. Like I said, people who haven't been loved right in childhood, or who suffer from one trauma or the other, when it's being shown to you what to do, I hope you have the wisdom to take and learn and apply. Okay? Another thing I want to add is that your spouse is not your therapist. So many people come from broken homes and from, loveless homes, and then they carry that hurt and they project it onto their partners. Okay? So your spouse is not your therapist. Okay? It is your job to heal yourself from whatever hurt or trauma you have experienced in your life, and make sure that you are not a problem and a burden to someone else. All right? Then, ladies, this goes out to you. It is, like I said before, it's very important to have something doing, okay? So that, because what I've noticed is that a lot of disrespect from the husbands to the wives come from them providing one or two things, for the home or for the family, And I guess as human beings, it's just, at some point, you just get overwhelmed or frustrated. So it's very important that you have what you're doing for yourself. Make something for yourself, no matter how little, okay? It is, just make sure that you're making something for yourself. And also try and have properties too. It will be harder for someone to throw you out of the house when you have contributions to the home. Do you understand what I say? It's not easy for someone to say, pack your things and get out of my house. No, Oga, it does not work like that. Like, seriously. If I'm going to go with my property, you get, and that's going to leave you stranded. So it's very important as a lady, make sure that know your what, know your rights, so that nobody can toss you about. Okay, that's very important.
I was there when I needed someone who wasn't getting over you. When I move to the side, when I move, call you mine, and I know what you're feeling. I'ma take you for a ride, let me take it off your mind, cause you know it's a season. And I move, and I move, and I move when I ride, and I move, and I move, and I move when I ride, and I move, and I move, and I move when I ride, and I move, and I move when I get so tired of making me take a night, but taking
like I
all
said,
that I'll do, cause
people should learn to make themselves, better. I know that the society, might be what it is, especially this part. The family wants to have a say in what is going on in the home. I personally, I don't subscribe to that. The two of you took a decision to be together, and it's imperative to work together. But I have noticed that there are some lazy people who don't want to do the work, and so the first sight of anything, they run to family members who, most of the time, even with the most loving intention, can cause more harm than good. knowingly or unknowingly, because you might really not even know what somebody has in mind against you, and you project that onto your relationship. And if you have a spouse who doesn't listen to what the outside world says, but takes, like really holds you in high esteem and take what you say, you don't know what you've been blessed with. Because when you have someone who, what the public says is more important than what, you say, even when it has been proven over time, that you give the best advices and whatever you say always comes to pass, is a real Debbie Downer. But you have people like that. They will only take the word of outsiders. So in that way, your home is not between the two of you. Your home is being run by their family and whatever opinions from outside. Like, it sucks. I pray that people are a lot more intelligent, in handling of their personal matters, and we have a better home and invariably a better society.
I was there when I needed someone who wasn't getting over you. When I move to the side, when I move, call you mine, and I know what you're feeling. I'ma take you for a ride, let me take it off your mind, cause you know it's a season. And I move, and I move, and I move when I ride. And I move, and I move, and I move when I ride. And I move, and I move, and I move when I ride. And I move, and I move when I get so tired of making me take a night, predicting it's all that I'll do cause of you. I let you show, don't let you in on my life. I tell you the things that you need to know. I know you like that, I know you need that. The way you're moving your body, don't need your feedback. I know it makes sense, don't know I play pretend. I guess I see. I was there when I needed someone who wasn't getting over you.
Here is the finished look of my makeup. What do you guys think about it? I just went for like a goth look, a little bit goth with the lips. Okay, so this is my look. I don't know what you guys think. Kindly leave your comments in the comment section, okay? And thank you for listening to my chit chat. I hope you guys take one or two nuggets from what I said and apply it, and you will sure thank me later. Thank you for always supporting this brand. I love you all. Hit the like button and make sure you subscribe if you've not already done so. Bye.
I was there when I needed someone who wasn't getting over you. When I move to the side, when I move, call you mine, and I know what you're feeling. I'ma take you for a